What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm super excited to be playing Sword and Shield. Holy moly, it feels like forever since we've played some VGC. So we're going to hit the ranked ladder. We're going to play a little bit of VGC Series 11 because Series 12 hasn't started just yet. I want to direct you guys to the question of the day, and that is, are you guys still excited for Series 12? I know there was a ton of hype around it when it got announced a couple weeks back, but has that hype stayed true or has it died down? Are you still excited to play Series 12? Is it really tickling your fancy with the double restricteds? Or are you kind of already burnt out, or are you stuck? Are you like lost and forgotten and don't know where to go with Series 12? Please think about leaving a comment letting me know if you guys want to see some Series 12 content, you want to see some Series 11 content. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what you guys are excited about. And, today we're going to be taking a look at Colossal. We're using a little bit of Colossal. I was taking a hike, right? And I was thinking to myself, man, I want to use Calyrex Ice. I just think Calyrex Ice is just like way busted. I know I use it a lot. I think Calyrex Ice is super, super nice. It's super busted, really, really thick. And yeah, I really like pairing with the Indity. I like pairing with Venu Cole. And I was like, man, I want like two mons that really complement Cali Ice, but in a completely different way. And so I decided to make this little team. The rental code for this team is up on Patreon if you guys want to check it out, linked in the description. That uses 3 different cores. You have Colossal Dragapult, you have Calyrex Indity, and you have Venusaur Torkoal. Now the cool thing about these things is the thing that beat all of them are very, very different. The things that beat Colossal Dragapult are going to be big, like redirection with water attacks, right? So like a Rage Powder / like Follow Me user with like a Water Urshifu would be really good against like Colpult, or even Trick Room and Colpult's a really good play. Against like an Indity Calyrex, you want to use a ton of AoE attacks and change the terrain, so things like Rillaboom could be good, or things like double Rock Slides or Rock Slide Earthquake, EQ Discharge. Those are really good being able to KO my Calyrex before it can set Trick Room. And then the things that beat like Venusaur Torkoal, you're forcing them to respect things like Sleep Powder, while also at the same time respecting Venusaur's max potential. So things like Fake Out can be kind of good there. Sometimes Redirection can be really good. Really aggressive forms of speed control in conjunction. So like Tailwinds and stuff like that can be really good against Torkoal Venusaur, as well as like Weather and Terrain Control can be really good. But know how I said all those things? The things that beat each one of these leads don't really work against the other. So we're forcing our opponents into a little bit of a matchup roulette, where we hold all the cards, and we're forcing them to try and pick what lead we're going to go with, and then we can kind of just do whatever we want and win, because we're the best VGC players the world's ever seen. So hopefully my strategy works. Wish me luck. We're going to go hop into it and see if we can take some people to the blender. Here we go. Oh man, it feels so weird to be back playing some VGC. We're still playing Series 11, but like, let's see. What do I want to do here? Could I get away with just going Cole? Colpult's good if that's not Urshifu Water. We should probably just Trick Room here though, right? Because if we just Trick Room here, that'd have to be a thick, fat Lax to really give our Torkoal a problem. So we can just go Cali Indity, go Redirect Trick Room. I guess they could Trick Room with their Mimikyu, but I think we'll be okay. And then from there, we just bring out Torkoal and probably Venu in the back, because that Vine Lash Dot's going to be super good at breaking up that Lax. And again, if any of you guys have any questions about Sword and Shield VGC or Sword and Shield battles, there's a lot of people that started watching this channel just in BDSP. If you have any questions about whether you should play Sword or Shield, or if you want to get into actually battling on this game and BDSP, I would seriously recommend playing Sword and Shield. There's a ton of things you can learn as players playing both VGC and singles, and then playing both on BDSP and Sword and Shield. They're both really, really good games, and there's great things to learn in both of them if you actually put the time in to learn them. So let's see what they want to lead with. Mimikyu Urshifu. Let's see if it's Urshifu Water. You can actually see if it's Urshifu Water. It's Urshifu Dark. Urshifu Dark looks like this. He's big, strong, One Punch Man, and Urshifu Water is very fluid. So this is going to be fine though. We're just going to go Follow Me Trick Room, and then next turn we'll go D-Gleam Lance. They're going to have to go Trick Room the Trick Room. Actually, let me think about this. Can I eat a Wicked Blow? Do I have to do that? Do I have to go Follow Me? It's a good question. Do I have to Follow Me here? I don't think I do. Because I kind of want to just D-Gleam. Because we can just D-Gleam right this turn. Oh, we don't have D-Gleam. We have Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball's not bad either. Yeah, we'll just go for the Follow Me. Follow Me's up. And Trick Room's fine. Yeah, let's go. Trick Room's up. Trick Room's up. So I don't want to get Trick Roomed on my Trick Room by that Mimikyu, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. They're maxing as well. So I hope they're maxing the Mimikyu, to be honest, because I don't want them next turn to Trick Room my Trick Room. Because next turn, remember, speeds are going to get reversed, Calyrex is going to be last. It's good for us to max in this Mimikyu. And I would be able to break the Mimikyu with my Calyrex, and then if they didn't kill my Entity, which is what they would be doing normally this turn. Normally the right play here is just to not kill anything and leave me with a super useless Entity. But it looks like they're probably going to take the bait. So let's see how they want to play this. Wicked Blow. Awesome. It's going to clock my Sash. And as long as they're not using a Ghost attack, which is totally possible they are, you know, my Entity is going to die, which is going to let my Torkoal come out and it's going to let me win the game. So let's see. Are you using a Ghost attack or are you using a Fairy attack? Starfall. Awesome. I'm super happy to see that. Just because I don't really care what they're using. Even if they have like a Sucker Punch on that Urshifu, it's not the biggest deal. Remember, they're resetting the terrain up to a Fairy terrain. See, Sword and Shield games are a lot more fast-paced than things like in BDSP. Doesn't mean it's necessarily harder. It just means you gotta be ready to deal with anything. And I think the right play in this exact situation is to bring out the Torkoal. We're gonna bring out the Torkoal. Torkoal's gonna underspeed, go for a big Eruption, be able to KO the Urshifu. We're just gonna go Eruption and Lance. That's the idea. And what they're probably going to do is they're probably going to send out like they're going to get a KO on something this turn because I don't think I can break the max Mimikyu. And then I'll just send out my Venusaur, max the Venusaur, and probably win the game. My Venusaur, even in Chlorophyll, is actually made to still underspeed Zacian, which is not something they're used to seeing. It's made to outspeed things like Dragapult, so I can be a bully against like Colpult leads, but it's still made to underspeed Zacian. So even if they go for like a Sucker Punch into my Torkoal and like a max Phantasm into that slot, we're still going to be in a really good spot. So I've already like theory crafted this whole flow chart into working in my favor. But it would have been bad if they didn't max that Mimikyu. I would have been able to go for like a Protect Trick from this turn. So let's go. Let's see what you're working with. And you're burning Daylight on your max turns here. So Eruption, cool. No Protects, awesome. That Urshifu is going to get one-shotted. This is also going to make my Glacial Lance a single target attack into that Mimikyu. If we crit, it is gone. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. If we do crit this, it's gone. And if you don't hit my Torkoal, you lose. I will tell you that right now. If you don't hit my boy, you're in for a bad time, Chief Phantasm. You didn't hit my boy, right? And I'm not even gone. Oh my goodness. Yo, VGC, bet you missed me, huh? That's a +1 coming in here making plays for days. And we're in a great spot here. Let's see. Another really cool thing about Sword and Shield VGC is if you forget their team, you can just press the start button and look at it. It's super, super nice. There's the Cinderace. This can Sucker Punch my Cali, but then it would turn itself into a Dark type and get melted by this Eruption. So we can see their team. They're probably bringing the Restricted in the back. If they had Snorlax, they would have sent it out. If they had Dragapult, they might have sent that out. Cinderace is either going to go for Protect or Sucker Punch, and then they probably have their Zacian in the back. You can also press Y and see how many turns you still have on your Trick Room, how many turns are on the terrains. It's super, super nice. And for those of you guys who are saying, that's so we know all this stuff, there are a ton of people who just started playing Pokemon in BDSP, and I'm trying to do my best to help them learn the game as soon as they can. Let's see if the Mimikyu's going to Max Guard. Max Guard Mimikyu into like a Shadow Sneak next turn. Super, super good play. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'd like to get the Cinderace off the board, though. Look at this. Melted. Getting melted out here. This Glacial Lance should still be able to KO. Cinderace does resist, but like, bro, we're a restricted Pokemon for a reason. For a reason, survey says, oh my goodness, Calyrex taking the big damage. And remember, we have the ability Unnerve. Well, it's called As One, right? So it's going to give us a chilling Nade boost if we get any KOs, giving us an attack boost, but it's also going to make it so our opponents can't use berries. It's like Unnerve and Beast Boost mixed in one. So even if that was like sort of a bulky Pinch or like Citrus Cinderace, which are relatively uncommon, we were super fine going for that play. Show me your Zacian. You can totally go Protect Zacian into like Shadow Sneak, and that does not bother me at all. So you can take up my Calyrex and get melted by this Eruption. And then we got Venusaur on the back, and we're in a great spot to clean this one out. We're in a great spot. We are on ranked. We are on ranked. I'm playing Series 11 ranked right now. It's been a hot minute since I've played some ranked for these videos, but you know what? We're still in a really, really good spot. Yeah, and we do not care. There's no reason for me to like protect this. We just want to get the DPS. We just want to go for the deeps. And it forces you to Shadow Sneak in this situation, which I wouldn't be surprised. I think I also got a text message. I did get a text message. Let's see what it says. There we go. Shadow Sneak, no problem with that. So you're not respecting my boy. Yo, you're not respecting the Torkoal. That's the cool thing about this team. I have Colossal, I have Dragapult, I have Calyrex. The real restricted has always been Torkoal. My boy. Popping off literally the massive Eruption. I swear, it never gets old. It always stays fresh. The biggest eruption the world's ever seen. Nice Zacian, bro. Nice Zacian. Oh man, is that Wheezing Gigas? Oh man, Wheezing Gigas. It's been a hot minute. So Wheezing Gigas is probably what they're going to be going with. It super turns off my Colpult. But we're in a pretty good position going with the Torkoal, Calyrex, like Entity, same type of thing we did last time. We just go for the redirect Trick Room, get the Trick Room up, and then Torkoal just melts all of the Pokemon like Rillaboom and Zacian. And, you know, Calyrex is, you know, Pokemon you definitely have to respect. Now, one little problem here is we do see that Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat's going to be a Pokemon that's kind of hard to deal with here. So I think I'm probably going to bring my Colossal instead of my Venusaur in the back, just so we can max that, like late game, just to break the Rotom. That's literally all that we're using the Colossal for. So it actually adds like a really different dimension to this team, just still having the Colossal in it, because the only Pokemon that really give our teams problems are things like Rotom Heats and other like water types, and you can actually use Colossal with like a G-Max Overgrowth to be able to one-shot those things in Trick Room, so it's a really, really cool way to play. So we're going to go Entity, Calyrex, just like we did last time. There's no Intimidators other than Landorus, and I don't really care if Landorus wants to intimidate me because we can one-shot it. And we're going to bring the Torkoal, and we're going to bring the Colossal. And remember, the last game that we played, we didn't even Dynamax. Like, we didn't even Dynamax. So, like, we didn't even need it. So, in this game, we're probably going to play relatively the same way. We're going to go Redirection, Trick Room, and then if they have the Rotom on the board, we're coming right up with that Colossal. We're hitting hard. We're just going to max it. We're not even going to proc the policy. We're going to go for a G-Max Volcalith, set that big dot, take out the Rotom, make way for the Torkoal and win the game. But it's probably going to be Wheezing. Ooh, Wheezing and what is that? Rillaboom? That's totally fine. I don't think that actually matters. Let's actually think about this. So this is going to be a weird situation. So Neutralizing Gas turns off all of our terrains, so they actually can use Fake Out on my Calyrex this turn. Do I care? I'm going to hit the Wheezing with an Expanding Force, and I'm just going to Protect this turn. I don't want to get Protect Will-O-Wisp, and I think that's a problem. And if you just want to go Fake Out into my Entity and Grassy Glide my Entity or Wood Hammer or U-Turn, I think that's okay, because then I just got to come out right with my Volcalith, bro. Yeah, you have to Fake Out me. You have to respect my Restricted, right? And so show me that you're dead, first of all. Show me that you're gone. I would love that. We take those all the way to the bank. And now you can't sub either, which is super nice. Wisp, yo, we block those. It's almost like I play the game. Yo, that's a +1. Professional Pokemon player extraordinaire. Haven't been playing for a little bit, but you know, we're in a pretty decent spot, aren't we? You're probably going to be switching out that turn. I'm actually going to go Expanding Force, because I think you're switching out the Wheezing. I think I'm going to Expanding Force targeting that Wheezing slot, because we know we're faster than Wheezing anyways, and I can just Hardcast Trick Room. I don't have to use Follow Me. We're going to be greedy here. Show me that Rotom switch in. Show me that Rotom switch in. Yo, I'd love to see a little Rotom switch over here. So Neutralizing Gas, it sets my Psychic Terrain first, and then their Grassy Terrain based off our speed tiers. So it's kind of lame they're getting their terrain up, but I'm still going to be able to hit something super hard. I also do get my Seeds active before everything switches in. So Grassy Surge is up. I wonder if they're going to U-turn in my Entity. I don't think that really matters. Either way, this is a completely free turn of me doing stuff. And any damage you can stick on a Maxmon before they max is humongous. Landorus, we take those. That Landorus is going to be a shitty Maxmon now. And the fact that they already showed, they're probably not bringing their Max. They're probably not bringing Zacian, right? Maybe? They probably have the Gigas instead. Either way, this is a lot of damage. Like, that board does not want to deal with a Glacial Lance. Are you going to taunt me? That'd be nutty. Wood Hammer, okay. That shouldn't KO me. Yeah, we're thick. We are literally dummy thick out here. You do have the Intimidate up, but I also am getting, like, Grassy Terrain, Recovery. I'm just going to click Glacial Lance and Follow Me, and we're just in an absolutely amazing spot here. Because we don't have to care what you're doing. So we're going to go for the biggest Follow Me the world's ever seen. Remember, even if you have a Yachi Berry or some sort of weird berry, Calyrex does not care. No Carry Rex. And the Weezing's low. Worst case scenario, you got like a Zacian in the back. I got Torkoal. Torkoal can 1v1 Zacian super easy. This game's already over. Yo, I thought players were supposed to be getting better when I took my VGC break. What happened? What happened? No one respects Calyrex Entity anymore? Sad face. Yeah, there's no reason for me to max right now. We'll take the free KO. They're probably going for a U-turn here. And we still wanted to go for that Follow Me. There's no reason for us to attack there. That was the reason why. We wanted to block the Grassy Glide. So that's the reason why. It clocks our Sash. That could have crit KO'd our Calyrex. So we did not want that happening. I think that was a crit if we rewind it back a little bit. I think that might have been actually a crit. So that's a lot of damage there we don't want to deal with. We're going to get our +1 attack boost, mitigating the fact that we got intimidated. Ooh, we're not. That's crazy. Never lucky. Yeah, we actually wanted that KO to speed this game up a lot, but it's okay. We don't really need it. We don't need it. And so, again, we're just going to follow me. I'd love a double KO that opens up a board for me to bring up my Volcalith, bro. So we're just going to follow me again. And if you want to fodder both your Mons, like, that's wins up for me. We still take those. I don't know why people don't respect Cali Ice, man. I don't know why people don't respect it. It's worth respecting. It's a pretty good Mon. Let's see. They might switch in Zacian? Soak the Glacial Lance? But, like, you're going to fodder a Mon somewhere. I don't think that Rilla's going to have Protect. So you're going to withdraw Lando. Probably going to try and, like, rinse and repeat the Intimidates, right? Switching into the Zacian. There's the Zacian. It's the Shiny Zacian event. And let's see if the Rilla has Protect or if it's just going to go for the Grassy Glide into the Entity and we're going to trade. I have no problem trading Entity for Rilla because Rilla is a little bit of an enigma and I don't want to deal with that. So it's like no Protects. I could have been a cheeky guy and just protected my Entity and kept it up. Don't need to though. I want the Entity to actually go down so I can bring up my Torkoal and just roll the board over for the rest of the game. Because right now they think they're okay. But we have the big Torkoal in the back. We also have the big potential for like G-Max Volcalith guy. So those are also really, really good. Let's see. It's going to be better to bring out Torkoal though. What do you think about that? Is it better to bring out the Torkoal? If you bring out the Lando, I can just Glacial Lance it. Because I'm trying to think, if I bring out, like, Torkoal and max it, I want to get that Zacian up the board. I don't want it to be able to protect out my Trick Room turns. And so if we know that they're going to protect this turn, it might be better to just Volcalith plus a Lance into that spot. And then save the Torkoal in case things go sour in the back. It's a better play. Yeah, it's better just to do this. Be a bully. Wheezing ain't it. Yeah, Lando's the right play. Get that Intimidate. And so we already saw the Protect on the Lando once. So we know the Lando's probably going to Protect. And this is totally fine. So we'll Lance to keep the Lando checked. We will also do chip damage to the Zacian. Zacian's probably going to Protect. And I'm actually just going to set my dot with the Volcalith. So we're going to be G-Max in here. And this won't do a ton of damage to Zacian. Like Volt Switch plus, not Volt Switch, Volcalith damage plus the dot won't do that much. They still have an extra turn of the Grassy Train as well. I just think this is the right play because we also still have the Torkoal in the back. How greedy is this? Is this too greedy? Because if they switch, if they protect this turn, no. If they switch out for, no. I actually think it's right just to set the Sun with my bro over here. It's just safer. There's nothing that we can get punished by doing it like this. Just go for a Max Flare. Just go for a Glacial Lance. I'm starting to think a little bit too much. They're starting to think a little bit too much. You're probably going to protect your Zacian, protect your Lando, and then next turn fodder one of them. Oh, so you're foddering the Wheezing this turn. That's fine. I'll take my attack boosts. I think the attack boost still comes into play here. It's hard to say. And then we're going to protect. You're going to have to go for a double protect with your Zacian at some point, and I'd rather just have my Torkoal safe in the back, ready to come in once I know I can check the Lando. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. But I'm expecting to see the Zacian go for a big protect. And then we'll see how this is going to go down. Next turn, we'll go Volcalith into Lando. So, oh, they just ate it. So I'm happy that I actually, so this is really good for me. I thought about what I needed to do to win this one. And I was like, remember how I almost clicked the Volcalith into Zacian expecting it to protect, and I just wanted to alert my dot? It's a good thing I decided to just attack the dang Zacian because we do be taking those. We do be taking those. I kept them completely honest. I played it super standard, and it's gonna work out for me. So big flare, big flare, yeah yeet, yeah yeet. Even a bulky Zacian should still be going down there. I think it's down. Hopefully it's not like one. That would suck. All right, cool. Yeah, see, if I had a Torkoal there, they totally would have protected. They totally would have. But I think just like the Cole was like too much bait, you know? Juicy, juicy bait. And then we're just going to set a Volcalith with them and win the game, basically. They haven't maxed yet, but I still think we're going to be in a good enough spot. Because they can't, like, Earthquake might break my Cole here. But then, if they're Earthquaking, they're not, they should be Max Guarding here. Max Guard is a really, really good play here. If they're just going to play out at all. But then they're stuck in a situation where they can only fight like one mon at a time, and I'm just in a good spot from there. So I'm just going to Lance it up. let's see if they're actually going to play this out. They don't know what our last mon is, so they might think they can play this out. But yeah, the maxing here is going to make it so they can only hit one guy at a time. And like I said, the right play here is the max guard to wait out the last turn of my Trick Room. And then you're probably going to want to go with like a max Quake into my Calyrex. You're going to eat the max. I don't even know if that'll KO my Calyrex, by the way. It might not even KO me. Let's see, though. Let's see if the good player where it's active. Are you max guarding? You are. Alright, so I only have one turn left of max myself. I wonder how much damage. I wonder how much more damage the dot is. I think the dot might be actually really nice to use here. But I also think with just more damage just straight up from the sun might be a better play. But they're also going to get the health boost. Not the health boost. They're also going to get the Spadef boost. But not before. Now let's think about this. Now they shouldn't be able to KO me with anything that they throw in the, like, I don't think Max Quake kills this Calyrex. I kind of want to max Overgrowth too to make it so Earthquakes are weaker after. I'll Vocalith up. We'll Vocalith. We'll be standard. And we'll just lance it up. I don't think I die to the Max Quake. And I think if you do, you don't live through my next couple months. That's my idea. You're going to rockfall my... Who are you rockfalling? Are you rockfalling my Cali? Yeah. Yo, we thick! Cali thick! Dummy thick, Cali. Oh man, it just feels great, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel great? Dummy thick Cali. Let's see how much damage this actually does. I'm happy I used Vocalith instead of the Heat Wave too. Or the Sun Boosted move, because like we wouldn't even got our boost. So we take these. This is going to deal dot damage, but we already know that we just absolutely take this guy out. Dumpstered. Absolutely dumpstered. You love to see the dummy thick Calyrex spread. We're not using 252, 252. We got bulk points. We got points in absolute bulk here. So we're going to take those wins. And you know what? We're on such a good win streak, we're going to go for one more because I'm just feeling it right now. All right, that's a sick team. We see a little bit of Scizor with Ditto. And then, like, Suicune, Groudon, Zard. I think this is a good game to actually test out a Colpult variant of this team. So we'd be going, like, Colpult, and we would just want to win the game right there. I wonder how much damage we do to Suicune. I don't know if we can one-shot it. I'd try. Yeah, let's try the Colpult. Let's just try it. I think Inity Calyrex does also just win. Just throwing that out there. I think that if we were to go Inity Cali, we just win. That team can't break Inity Cali. They don't have any terrain setters. So actually, hold on. Let's think about this. Inity Cali, it can't lose. Zard would beat us. Yeah, if they don't Groudon Zard, they'd win. So we have to go like this to beat that. We still want to bring our Cali, and then we just bring our Torkoal in the back. My boy. Torkoal, my boy. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. This is what this team's supposed to do. The cool thing about this team is it pulls you in 3 different ways. You have to respect the Dragapult Colossal, you have to respect the Venusaur Torkoal, and you have to respect the Inity Calyrex. Teams like this are my absolute most favorite teams to play because it gives me such an advantage, and it makes you basically guess what I'm going to do. And if you lead incorrectly, well, it's over. Herp derped, you know? Let's see. Scizor Gengar? I mean, no lie, no joke, no smoke. This gets kind of rolled over by Colossal, doesn't it? Doesn't it just a little bit? It kind of does a little bit. Who do we want to go after? I'm going to go after the Gengar. So we're going to go for a Surf. This is a Scarf Dragapult Surf. So Scarf Surf. And we're actually going to go for the Volcalith into the Gengar slot. It would suck to eat a Bullet Punch into our bro, but I think they're switching. I think they might switch that Scizor out or Protect or something. And so we're going to set the dot as well. We're going to be able to take the Gengar out this turn as well. Also, because the Dragapult's using Surf before my Colossal. So Surf's going to do 2 things. It's going to enable my Weakness Policy and my Colossal hit super hard, but it's also going to break Sashes on their Gengar. So it's really, really nice. So let's go Big Max. Let's just see what they're working with here. It looks like they're not switching, which I kind of wanted to see a switch. I would have loved to see a Groudon switching to make my Surf weaker, but you know what it is what it is. So let's go, Big Cole. And even if they're Scarfed, I still think we're in a really good spot here. So that's the thing, is like we're using a Scarf Dragapult. So like we're super fine. If they were using like Scarf Destiny Bond or something, or Scarf Gengar at all in any situation, we'd still be outspeeding with our Scarf Dragapult, which also enables our Colossal to be super fast too. So Volcalith. So Gengar is down. And this is one of those teams. The cool thing about this, I've taken out that Gengar now, right? And I've set my dot. even if they take out my Colossal somehow, I don't really care because, like, I got my dot off. Dual wing beat, ain't it, Chief? And you missed. We love to see that. Look at that. Look at that dot. Look at it. Massive damage. Anything that's not a rock type takes huge damage. We can go after that Scizor next turn. If you want to bring in the Groudon, I can go for a big max overgrowth into that. And the game's over. The game's already over. GG's. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's Charizard. I don't even have to care about that thing, do I? Do I really even have to care? I'm not going to stand in Surf, that's for sure. So I think I'm going to switch in my Torkoal, and I'm just going to go after the Zard. I don't think I have to respect the Scizor slot, like, at all. We're just going to Bulk With again. Because I'm not afraid of Max Scizor if I have, like, a Torkoal, right? And I'm not afraid of... I am more afraid of Max Zard because that can use Max Quake boosted by, like, either Earthquake if it's physical or if it's special, like Scorching Sand. So I have to respect Charizard. But, you know, Charizard should be happy. I'm enabling its solar power. I'm helping him out right now. BP, that's a lot of damage, but not really. Yeah, I'm a bulky boy over here. And again, no max, we take those. No max, we do be taking those. And if you send in your Groudon after this, right? You send in your Groudon, right? I'm going to Overgrowth your Groudon. I'm going to Eruption, Destroy, Decimate your Scizor, who's already not looking too hot. Surprised we never saw Tailwind. Because I would have let that Scizor Tailwind. I think it can get Tailwind in this game. If not, whatever. Ditto! Yo, Ditto's copying a pretty slow guy. Poor Ditto. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we take those. You're gonna max it? You can max it if you want. Yo, max, relax, act all cool. Poor Ditto. Oh yeah, we take these. What are you gonna max, bro? This one is so over. I thought VGC was supposed to be hard, guys. People said VGC players got so much better, and that doesn't look like it to me. It looks like I kind of just used the old and busted, tied and true, yo, Torkoal all the way, and poor opponents. But you know what? If you guys want to see more VGC content like this, if you guys like watching these games, please think about leaving a comment. Let me know. Also, let me know if you guys are still excited for Series 12 to start. The only reason why I even asked that is I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying they're super burnt out of Series 12 from playing in all of, like, the, you know, different streamer tournaments that have been happening. People are doing sometimes 2-3 tournaments a day, it seems like, on Twitter and Twitch. So I know a lot of players are already burnt out before the series even starts. I know Arceus is coming out at the end of the month. So if you guys are still excited for Series 12, you want to see content for that, think about letting me know. Last little thing here is that if you guys want to use this team, this rental code is going to be up on my Patreon. You guys can check it out. There's a link in the description, as well as all my other teams. I have a bunch of Series 12 teams up there. I have this team up there, and I have all my BDSP teams as well are up on Patreon. So if you guys want to see all my EV spreads, see just how I make these Pokemon work to their fullest potential, think about checking out that Patreon. There's a link to it in the description of this video. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.